All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually got the one and only Wu-Tang affiliate. This guy has a platinum plaques. He is Billboard charting artist, man. This guy really needs no introduction. We got King Tiger right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Oh man, thank you, man, for having me on the show. I'm feeling great. I'm having a great time.
Hey, man, it's definitely an honor to have you on the radio station airwaves this evening, man. But I know you're a busy guy, King, so I'm going to dive right into this interview. But I want to take you back to the very beginning, man, and I have to ask, what made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
Well, the way how I got into the industry, um, the way how things had started was very interesting for me because I actually had started a record company before I even blew up, however way you want to call it. But then what I did, this was back in 2011, and I had artists under my belt and things. The only one thing that I didn't have in my studio was a plaque. I did not know anybody in the industry, and it was a great experience, man. And then being able to trying to make it in the game and getting through all the scams, people doing things, dirty work, left and right. But that's what came with the business. So I was just coming in the game at the time. So then I would say maybe about 4 or 5 years later, I happen to right now I'm actually in the studio. I'm just coming in my house, excuse me. But we have a Billboard plaque that actually started when I started working on platinum records. Like shout out to Solomon Childs, man. We have a song right now called Lord Forgive Me, and it's out everywhere, as we speak. So that was the first project that went platinum back in 2018. So you can see all the timeline, man. The timeline was it was short, but it was definitely something that I was very serious about doing, man. And I made it.
And also, as well, man, in summer of 2013, you actually released your debut mixtape titled Streets and Romance. I was wondering, man, what's the story behind that iconic tape? And of course, it is still available to be streamed or purchased today on the World Wide Web.
hmm Yes, man. It was just like when I started that was pretty much like a project. It felt like an album project for me, and it's actually a mixtape, and it's out available right now on thatpiff.com. So that's what pretty much started the story for me. Everything was all on the songs, man. I jotted down how I felt, as far as like what I wanted to write in my music and things like that, and I expressed it in that project, and got some positive feedbacks from it, and it was a whole different level after that. Just pretty much learning the business myself. You know.
And I gotta say, man, it definitely is a phenomenal mixtape. And I do know it's been quite a few years, of course, since that record dropped.
Mhm.
But do you actually have any
And
hard copies available for the listeners that do still love that CD format, man? Because I think that mixtape is absolutely phenomenal.
yes, yes. Thank you, man. Wow, I did not know you went that deep, man.
Hey, man, I definitely try my best to actually do my research, man. So trust me, man, I definitely got some great questions cooked up.
Mhm. For sure, for sure. I'm ready for them, brother.
And also, as well, man, 1 year later in 2014, you actually released a single where I actually first discovered your music, and the single is actually titled "Started Off." I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that iconic single, and of course, where can we actually stream that or purchase that single today?
So you can get it out right now on all digital platforms. It was released through Top Shot of Records. That was actually my first deal that I signed to, and the guy that founded that label, he happened to be, I'm not gonna mention no names, but he was a Wu-Tang affiliate as well. So that's how I came through the chambers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I just started meeting other affiliates and things like that, and started, you know, um, showing my presence to these brothers. You know what I mean? So it was something. It was a very great experience at that too, because when I signed that deal, it was like we had dropped that single, and it was something that I had to get it done, something that I had to give them right then and there. They wanted something fast, so I went in the studio, banged that record out, and I sent them the track. And it was supposed to be another record, but he wasn't interested with the other record. It was kind of like a commercial type of sound, but started off as more like it's like a story. It's pretty much like a story, and it's kind of like it has that boom bap kind of feel, but then it's like it has that energy in that record where you can go out and perform the song. So I was definitely intrigued into performing live and showing my performance, man. You know what I mean? Especially with the energy that I got on stage. So I actually brought it to the song. So I guess the label at the time was feeling that record, you know what I mean? So after that deal, man, it was all me after that, man. And I started linking up with my brothers later on, and everything was history after that. But I gotta say, man, shout outs to General Jihad, shout outs to Ghost, shout outs to Solomon Childs, Wu Fan, Full Moon Product, Ali Star, my management, my whole team, my whole camp, and things, and the fans as well too. Can't leave them out. But yeah, that was definitely like the story on how it went when it came down to that record, man. But you can definitely get that song right now in all digital platforms. You can go on Pandora. If you like Pandora, you can play that record there too. You can go and check it out.
And also as well, man, in the same year of 2014, I read that on December 3rd, you actually called into 107.3 FM, hosted by an individual by the name of Strawberry, and actually surprised everyone with an unexpected retirement announcement. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that, and of course, what made you decide to retire then, and of course, re-enter into the music industry?
Right. But see, that's the interesting part about it too, man. That's a great question, because when that happened, it was just like something that I was just so it was just work, man. It was just pretty much I just had to like show my work ethic, show what I was capable of instead of just talking about it and things like that. So during those times, man, I was going through like personal situations, and it felt like, after the record deal that I had, this bad record deal that I actually signed back in 2014, it was something for me it was like an eye opener actually. So after that experience, it was like, yo, there's so much going on. I don't know if I could be able to do this right now, but it was pretty much like a break for me. So when I came out of the retirement, it was on after that. There was no stopping me. It was just straight bullets coming up. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, man, that was just the pretty much the story about that.
And I also read as well, pertaining to that matter, man, that MTV was actually informed that you were actually the first youngest MC to ever retire at the age of 22, man. I have to ask, how did it feel to kind of break that record and be the youngest?
But about that, man, you see, that's the thing. I ain't had no albums out. I did not have any, I didn't have no plaques yet. You know what I mean? For me to go through that, and it was a big deal because that deal that I had, I kind of like promoted it, the way how I could as possible as I can, during them times. But yeah, man, it was just definitely one of them stories, man. But I gotta say, you know what? It was worth it though, because even when I went through the retirement, it actually made me sit back and realize, you know what? This is not what I want anymore. I want to go fully independent. Like I want to take full control of my catalogs, my works, and that was it. And to this day, I'm still doing the same thing, man. And then after that, now I gotta say, we have a great distribution deals and things like that, and I just got to shout out to Universal for that too, man. You know, putting us for distributing our music and things like that too. You know.
And also as well, when we're actually on the topic of this, breaking records and accolades and whatnot, man. According to HipHopOnDeck.com, in April of 2015, your music was actually ranked as the top 10 hot new hip hop and R&B songs. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about that, and of course, how did it feel to come out of retirement and actually land on the top 10 charts?
Oh man, I gotta thank the supporters, man. It's the supporters. It's like when I made that announcement, it's like, oh no, everybody's reaction is like, no way, this can't be possible. You just got signed recently. You were just signed. You know what I mean? What happened? You know what I mean? So it was kind of like, yeah, it's definitely something I gotta come back for. I gotta put out some music now. You know what I mean? And I felt good about that. And that's how it went.
And I gotta say as well, man, you know what I mean? Not every day people retire, come back, and then the very next year, you know what I mean, just straight up start hitting top 10 charts, man. I gotta say, you're definitely a natural at what you do, man, and you can hear that within your artistic flow.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, man. Thanks.
And also as well, man, when you brought up during the beginning of the interview where you actually work with Solomon Childs, man, I was wondering, how did you guys initially get connected? Because I did read as well that you guys started your business partnership in the year 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we actually was doing a lot of work during them times, man. We still got unreleased projects as well too during them times, man. And it would be lovely to even put it out, too, whenever we get the chance, whenever it's the right time, actually. But how I met Solomon Childs, I met him through Twitter. I actually reached out to Solomon. And so, shout out to Solomon. He's related to Ghostface Killer. I believe he's cousins with Ghostface, and he's got brothers with Capadonna. Shout outs to the brothers right there. And, I pretty much went like, listen, bro, I just want to speak with you. I just want to get my connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just came from a bad deal and trying to make sure that I'm doing things right this time, especially coming out of retirement. So that was pretty much like my tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, on how I got connected with the Wu. And I got to say, man, the Wu brothers is a loyal brothers out there, and the sisters as well, too. And, yeah, like they say, man, Wu-Tang is nothing to mess with, and it's true. You know what I mean? And when I reached out to these brothers, especially Solomon Child, he was like, oh, nah. Nah, bruh, I got you. You know what I mean? Anything you want me to do, I got you. And that's how we linked up, man.
And I gotta say as well, man, he definitely is a phenomenal hip-hop artist as well, man. I had the opportunity to actually chop it up with him a few months back, and such a talented individual, man.
Indeed, man. Love that brother, man. Mm-hmm.
And also as well, man, in the year 2016, you actually dropped a phenomenal studio album by the name of the 999 album, man. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about that. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of that phenomenal record today?
You want to know something? I actually changed the title of the project. The project is out right now, but it's not the 99 anymore. It's actually Wu-Tang and the Golden Ages of the Pharaohs, and it's like named after the Prince of Egypt at one point. And I just, that's what I was going through. I was going through a good spiritual moment at the time, coming from a retirement, and I just went about it, man, and went with it.
And I gotta say as well, man, you know what I mean? It's always good to have those spiritual moments, especially as an artist like yourself, man, because you can actually come across some very inspirational type stuff, man, that is just so unique that, can stand out just like that.
Right. That's definite. That was cool, man. That was definitely a great moment right there. And then not to mention, Solomon Childs, I even came out with a book called Lord Forgive Me after the title of the song that we had dropped. And shout out to Eugene Weems. Eugene L. Weems, he's also, right now, he's he had ran for the Congress of California, you know what I mean, and he's doing this thing too. And that was pretty much a beautiful thing that we did right there, you know. And you can also get the book as well. Physically, you could get the book on Kindle, you know, for free. You know, you have an app store, Google Play. You can go and purchase the book right now. It's a dope book. I'm even thinking about doing a movie out of the book or doing some series out of the book someday. So, you know, definitely look into that because, man, it was definitely a great moment, a very great moment.
And also as well, man, in the same year of 2016, November 12th to be exact, you were actually nominated in the 15th Annual Independent Music Awards for your music video, Taking You Home. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that video and that nomination. And of course, how does it feel to actually be recognized from that organization?
Yes, man. It was just like I said, man, just coming in, not having any ideas, no connections with anybody and things like that. I just pretty much used the radios, man, just giving them my music, and that's what it was. That's how it got to that point when I got nominated at that time. And then not to mention, when I did the video, I came up with the theme. I directed it and things like that with my brother, who also shot the video at the time. And I came out with the Lamborghini in the video. You feel what I'm saying? After the retirement, that was actually like that's when I really went ham, man. I went in. I knew that at this time, after this nomination, I knew I had to come out with a dope video after that. You know what I mean? And I called up my boy. His father owned the Lamborghini, you know, in the Bronx of New York. Went over there, told him, look, we're going to put this in the video. Let's get it in the video. No problem, Tiger. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. That's what, and you know, and everything else was history after that, too.
And I gotta say, man, it definitely is a phenomenal video. So I can completely understand why they slapped the nomination on that phenomenal music video.
Thank you.
And also, as well, man, aside from the music industry, you are also a successful entrepreneur where you actually founded King's Label Whiskey. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that. And of course, where can our listeners actually snag themselves some whiskey and get drunk with King Tiger?
Yeah, man. Whiskey, man. See, during these retirement moment, it goes back to that story. You know what I mean? Where while I was doing music, I was doing that as well. You know, I happen to know somebody whose grandfather was the owner of the King's Label Whiskey from Dominican Republic, and then my friends around that know me, they know that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to get into the liquor business and things like that. So while everybody was thinking I was retiring and things like that, I was actually working on something major at the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was just something that was like, yo, it was a huge surprise for everybody. And it was like, yeah, it was definitely a break, but it was that major comeback. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And I gotta say as well, man, you know what I mean? Me personally, I'm a whiskey drinker, so I definitely gotta keep my eyes peeled at the LCBO and see if I can find myself a bottle, man, because just hearing that, man, is making me thirsty.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of blends out there, man. There's a lot of different whiskey bottles out there in the world, man. And I'm actually a whiskey drinker, too. I love whiskey also, man. Yeah.
And also as well, man, December 1st of 2021, you actually released a song titled Wings Up, featuring the one and only Redman. I was wondering, can you tell us a bit more about this phenomenal release? And of course, how did you actually get connected with Redman?
Like I said, man, you know, I don't know what it is about me, but it's like whoever I decide that I want to speak to or go through, I can. You know what I mean? And I just have the power to just, you know, gratefully, I'm just grateful that I could just hit up somebody on on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and then when they go and see my profile, they see that I got a lot of things going on. So that's probably maybe why they're like very attracted. You know what I mean? Because you got to show your work, man. Your work ethic is what shows. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to, if you want to go and let's say you want to work with Drake, you know what I mean? Like, and you're just coming up, you got to be willing to show what you're able to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And that was just me. I was able to say, well, Redman, this is what I'm capable of doing. This is what I could do. This is what I could bring. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this happen. And so what we did after that, he was like, Tiger, let me get you on this mixtape. Got me on the mixtape. But before the mixtape even got released, it was just like, you know, being that he was waiting on other artists to send his songs, it took him a little while. So he hit me back like, yo, Tiger, you know what I mean? I know it's taking so long, but you know what? I could do something else for you, though. You know what I mean? Off the strength. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have you waiting on this mixtape and stuff. And it was going to be placed on his Spotify playlist. You know what I mean? Which could have brought a lot of streams and things like that. But I was like, you know what? The mixtape thing was like kind of like old for me a little bit. You know what I mean? So I was just like, nah. You know what? We got a record. Just send me your vocals. You know what I mean? And yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something special. You know what I mean? And then 2 weeks after the release, the first week of the release for Wings Up, it was delayed. You know, it got delayed, and then finally on the second week, we was promoting, pushing the project, and then it hit hip hop rap Switzerland at number 41 on iTunes chart. You know what I mean? So the music spoke for itself, and we ended up dropping the video as well the same week that as the single was out, and everything was history after that, man. And we're definitely looking forward to chart billboards with Wings Up 2 times. We're definitely going to see that happen. You know, it might be 3 times. You know what I mean? There might be a third time Billboard charting record, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Because every time I say that I'm going to get something done, that's exactly how it's going to go. Same way I said about I Made It. You know, when I linked up with Ali Star, I actually found Ali Star rapping on an interview. You know what I mean? He had this freestyle going on, and Full Moon was with him. You know, shout out to Full Moon and stuff. And I was like, yo, this dude is nice. I hit him up on a DM. I was like, look, man, I got this record. I want you to get on this and that, blah, blah, blah. See, you nice and all that. Let's work. I spoke with Moon, and everything became official after that. He gave me that Wu-Tang stamp. He gave me that stamp, that Wu-Tang stamp after that. And shout out to Killer Priest, too, man. Killer Priest. You know what I mean? And, yeah, man, it was just history after that, too. And then what I told Ali Star, I was like, man, we're going to hit billboards with this one. But we're going to hit billboards next year. And this was, we had to meet like in 2019. I hope I didn't get the year wrong, but definitely 2019. And I showed him that I had a plaque. I had a platinum plaque with Solomon Childs, you know, for this record that we did. And they was definitely interested, man. They got on the, Ali Star killed it. He did his thing, and the video is out right now. And we had a Billboard plaque displayed in the video and everything, having fun with it, just having a good time, man. And definitely that video, it speaks pretty much my whole story. If you look at the video right now on YouTube, you go on Vivo, it's out in all platforms also. And, you know, it was just something like, man, Tiger was right. He did say that this thing was going to hit Billboard, so, you know what I mean? So if I'm talking about we going to hit Billboards 3 times or 2 times with Wings Up, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We got something in the works. We got something in the works. Shout out to Redman.
I gotta say as well, man, it must have been just monumental, just being able to actually record a music video with Redman, because you know what I mean. Everyone is a fan of Redman.
Definitely, definitely.
But also as well, man, I have to ask, what is next for yourself, King Tiger, man? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on 97.7 FM this evening.
Yes, man. Well, I would have to say that there's so much going on right now that we got in the works. I wish I could talk about it and say it live, but it's definitely something that's going to be very, like, different. You know what I mean? And we got something going on. You know, we might be, let me just say we're talking about drama series. We're talking about drama series on Netflix. We're talking about another projects, you know, media-wise, not just doing music, but definitely acting as well. I'm doing some acting also. I can't wait for the world to see that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be actually acting on December 5th for the Money Heist. Money Heist is the title of the drama series right now on Netflix. So I cannot wait for December 5th. And also, December 3rd is the volume 2 for the season. So there's another season that's coming on December 3rd. And I know that my manager's going to come on soon, like in next month, on November. He's going to talk about it. He got definitely some talks. You know, he has something to let the world know as well. So shout outs to him also, man. D President's his name. Shout out to D.
And also as well, man, you know, this is the time in the interview there, King, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, just like a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything King Tiger if they're not already doing so.
But real quick, also, before I get there, I have handmade, handcrafted sneakers. I got some shoes. I got my own shoe line now. About time, because this was something that I was thinking about doing for years. And my shoes is out right now. It's actually real leather. It's crocodile skin, and it's suede. You know what I mean? And you can definitely check that out on social media. My social media is King Tiger Official. You can go on the website also. It's a long name, but you're definitely going to find it. It's not hard. It's not hard, trust me. You can even type in Google King Tiger Redux, for example. If you type in King Tiger Redux or Cayetano Redux, it'll pop up, and some information will pop up on the website. And the shoes will pop up, and it's available right now. You know, you can get your discount. And we're definitely, like, on this competition with Louis Vuittons, Gucci. We're not talking about, and these are my first shoes. You know what I mean? These shoes is very special. It's very different. Their style is unique. You know, it's made in Italy. You know what I mean? So, and it's also it was manufactured by the same manufacturing company who built the shoes for Master P, and it's called Maniatics. So we have the same manufacturing company who designed that shoe. So big up to Maniati, big up to Master P. That was dope right there too, man. And I would say also shout outs to all my family, my fans from Ghana. And I will be going out there soon. We got tours coming up. We got tours coming up in Africa, in Cameroon, in Ghana. We have recently went on tour in Jamaica with Wu-Tang with my brother Ali Starr, Full Moon. We also had a radio station there, and it was a great moment, man. You know, it was very special, and the love from overseas is there's no other like here in the U.S., man. It's not like the U.S. fans also, but not trying to say that the U.S. fans is not the same, but I'm talking about real diehard fans are the ones that are overseas, you know, and they're like the army. They're like an army fan. It's not just regular fans. You know what I mean? They'll go in. they'll go hard on their favorite artist. Like what? They'll like really like have you crying on social media, like on some. That's what I'm talking about. That diehard fans, like, for them diehard fans, man. Salute. I love them so much because they the ones that got our project. I Made It, and the album that was also featured with that song. It's called Tropical House Cruises to Jamaica, and that album hit number 16 on the Billboard, some compilation albums. So you can definitely find that music. I Made It, King Tiger, featuring Ali Starr, and Melodic 10th Wonder. Shout out to Melodic. Shout outs to Melodream Records and the whole camp, man. Definitely.
But also, if you can, man, drop them social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you, man, and stay updated on everything you got going on.
For sure. So my Instagram, Facebook is King Tiger Official. Twitter, it's King Tiger BX1. It's King Tiger BX1 on Twitter. You can find everything else on Google. Go on Google. You could go on YouTube. You have videos. Wings Up actually hit over 100K views in like 3 weeks. It's pretty much like in 3 weeks, man. Less than a month. It hit over 100K views in less than a month, and that was definitely special. So I already know that it's going places, and we definitely going places, man. You know, and anybody else who I missed out on the shout-outs, man, I'm going to call you on the after the live or whatever. Hit me up. But definitely so much love for everybody, man. Thanks for tuning in and everybody who's listening, man, for real. And I got to also shout-outs to RZA. Shout-outs to everybody, man. Shout-outs to the people who are at their home right now listening. Thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in and to listen. You know what I mean? And all I got to say is listen to the music, watch the music videos, man. You know what I mean? And, yeah, we got a lot more coming.
And I got to say first and foremost, King, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and just sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airwaves, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege. And hopefully down the line, we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Yes, definitely, man. And also, I did not know you tried reaching out to me for years, man. I was like, wow. Then when you hit me back on a DM about getting me on a show, I was like, hell yeah. I'm ready anytime you need me to come on, man.
Hey, man, it's all love, man. At the end of the day, man, back when I was trying before, I was still new at doing the whole radio station bit, man. So it's completely understandable. I didn't really know how to go about connections and going here and, you know, booking people. I was a noob back then, but now that I know how to do it, I appreciate you for just taking the time out, man, and actually coming on the radio station. It definitely was an honor.
Yes, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you and your time as well, man. Thank you so much, man, and definitely have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, brother. Peace. Salute.